Howdy, howdy, big Texas howdy, everybody. How are you all tonight on this Friday night party? We are trying a new night, see how things go, but just thought we'd see what Friday night did. We have some fun stuff for you tonight. And let me stick the invite in the top. And that's there, that's done. Hey, Jen. Hope you had a great vacation. You had some great pictures. Loved them. Lots of exercise, it looked like. That's what I need, lots of exercise. So we've got a few more people on. Hello, Rachel and Chandra. And I'm not sure who the Facebook user is yet. Who? Oh, hey, Linda. And Shelly, and another Facebook user from Georgia. Mr. Wilson's over there spilling his whatever he's drinking, juice.
T-H-E-L-E.
T-H-E-L-E?
Yeah, gamble.
Oh, okay. Hey, Karen. Hey, Bettina and Kathy. And hey, from North Carolina, Georgia, Oregon. 2 Oregons. Hey, are you guys anywhere close to Gold Hill, Central Point, Road River? It's where I went to junior high and high school. Hey, Kathy. Who's the other last 2 that were Facebook users? Hey, Michael. He must be a Facebook user. Hey, Sheila. Hey, from Illinois. Illinois. Hey, Teresa and Deb. Okay, so let me just tell you all, Friday night tonight is it is the 13th, right? It is Friday the 13th, and that's a happy day for me. Both of my kids, I have 2, they were both born on the 13th, so they each roll around to Friday the 13th. Birthdays. One was born on a Friday the 13th, one was on a Monday. So, yes, I have lived everywhere. So, the 13th, Friday the 13th is a good day for me. Anyhow, so I'm trying Friday just to see how that works. See if, Friday evening kicking you off into the weekend works out. Had a lot of people wondering if anything besides Tuesday could be done. So we're going to try out a couple nights and see what night works the best for the most people. And it's probably maybe be Thursday, but it's not probably going to go back to the Tuesdays because, as you know, I do broadcast from my son-in-law's shop, and Tuesdays his employees stay late and run the routers and the equipment, and that's going to be their night to stay late. So I don't really want to broadcast over a bunch of routers and things like that. So in addition to a lot of people, hey, Brenda from Brock. In addition to people asking about a different night. So we're going to try it. And then maybe the next week, and we'll try Thursday. And we'll see between like Thursday, Friday, and see kind of what works best for everybody. I kind of thought the end of the week, we're winding down, kick the weekend off, give you some ideas of some fun stuff to do on the weekends. But if Friday's not good, never fear. We can also try Thursdays and see how that works. But never fear, there are always the replays that are here as well. And almost the same as live, because you can still comment even after the fact and people will still answer. So the replays are there for you, and always there. So, but I will tell you, I thought Fridays at the end of the week, winding down would be really good. But that's also at the end of our week when we're really tired too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. tonight, I am going to show you, it's something that we've had, but I'm going to show you kind of a different way to use it, and it is really adorable. So we have the drape forms, the dual drapes. I've been using pretty much all dual drapes, and I've gotten away from the forms with the angles because I like to choose my own angle, so to speak. So tonight I've chosen, we have the sweetie pie. Well, let me go this way. It kind of looks like a flower. It's the sweetie pie shape in a dual drape. And so what I've done with it is just kind of use it by itself to create a four-piece nested set, but kind of in a minimalist type look, so to speak. And it came out really adorable. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And those are something we've already had, so it is already up on the website and all of that. Also, we ran that rolling pin special a few weeks ago, and we are working to get all of those out. We are pretty close on time target to our 2-week mark. However, rolling pins do add a couple additional days. So I think we've got the first day or two of the special already sent out. So be watching. The rolling pins are shipping, and please be patient. Again, it's just the two of us, and we are working hard for you. So our new format that we started last week, I got a lot of good feedback. Everybody seemed to really love that. So I've done it again this week, trying it again, trying to perfect it. Hey, Bunny, you made it. Bunny is my daughter's nickname. Her husband calls her Bunny because our last name is Hoppe, so Bunny Hoppe. Anyhow, so we're going to go with that new format with the recorded videos, and then we'll talk about them and all of that. Remember, you can still comment during the video. I still see the comments. We can still, I could even, I can't answer. I don't think I can answer comments from here, but still see the comments. I can't type in an answer, but I can address them when the videos are done. So before I jump into this, anybody have anything, questions, anything exciting, anything they want to share? Hey, Carla. Hey, Sherry. And I'm going to give you a second because I know there's the delay. I'm going to give you a second to answer. Who? Oh, hey, Paul. And Nancy Jean. Welcome everybody to the big Texas howdy, y'all. Hey, y'all. And Liz, I see ya. Okay, so what we're going to do is I don't see any questions coming in. Hey, Suzanne. I see a yo. I'm not sure who the yo is. How is the merch coming? Oh, that must be Michael.
The yo is Paul Bears.
Oh, hey, Paul is yo. And Michael is, how's the merch coming? The t-shirts? We got some big surprises coming. Too hot in Las Vegas. I can't fire my kiln. Ooh. Well, it's hot here. And I have, don't tell anybody. I'm up here at my son-in-law's shop, and my kiln is firing, a glaze fire. But it's not going to get to its hottest temps till I get back there. So my fingers are crossed. It is going to be fine. I've got a whole kiln full going, and another one has to go the minute that one gets done. So I am going to, hey, Cindy and Deborah. Mr. Wilson says hi. 104 in North Carolina. I don't think we hit 100 today, which we've had an easy summer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start this with Howdy from Mobile. Howdy. I'm going to get this started with this first video, which is prepping the clay and starting the dishes and making them. And you're going to see that our normal set of 4 dual drapes, you can take the next to the largest one for the small, the next one for the next size, and then the largest for the third size. If this doesn't make sense, it certainly will as soon as the video starts. And then for the largest, because, you know, the sizes stop somewhere, I actually took one of these forms are called Sweetie Pie. So I actually took one of my Sweetie Pie rim templates, a 10.5, to make the shape for the largest drape form. And again, that may not make sense just as I'm speaking it, but it will just as I start this video. So hi from Arizona to Tasmania. Hi from Tasmania. Well, hello, that's a ways away. And hi, Kathleen. Okay, so I am Nancy. Somehow got last week's video. Hello. Oh, you did get it. Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the video. Remember, you can comment while this is going. Okay, I am going to take this piece of clay and I'm going to compress it a bit. Even though I have done this with my slab roller, let me bring this down a little bit here for you so you can see better. There you go. Okay, now flip this and roll it again. Compress it again, sorry. Now, I want to roll this, but I'm going to scoot this way down and I'm going to pull you down with me because I need to be able to reach this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll it. I'm going to press in the middle and I'm going to roll it. If the clay comes up, just knock it back down. And I'm going to press in the middle and bring this all the way across. Now I usually put this lower than me, like on a coffee table. How's that for? Yay, that's gorgeous. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to take, hold on one sec. Okay, I am going to take my largest drape and I'm going to put it right here and I'm going to cut around it with my needle tool. And I would do this with all of them. Bring this out. Okay, by doing the largest drape, I will now take the next to the largest. So, let me show you these. See, they come like this. So I'm going to take, I cut around the largest. Now I'm going to take the next size and I'm going to put it in here. Let me clean these edges just a bit. Go around here lightly with my sponge. And we'll get the edges later as well. And then I also want to make sure this is up off of here. So now, so what I'm going to do is take the next size down and set that in there. You could either press this in foam or you can flip it over. And I'm going to flip this one over, make sure it's not stuck. It's not. And then I'm just going to, because these are going to be a nested set, I'm just going to flop this over with my sponge and see those curls in there. So I'm just going to flop this over. like that. And I can even go in with my fingers and make it even more rounded. And if I flip this over, you're going to see what that looks like. But I want to leave it for just a little bit because this will be a little nested set. You can flip these edges as much as you want or leave them. And I'm just kind of flipping them to make them even here. See that? Like that. Whoa, about dropped it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it, I'm going to set it on a jar and let it set up. And I'm not putting a foot on any of these. I just want this to be a cute little set. And I'm going to do this with all of these, going one size larger. But what do? Move this out of the way. There we go. But what do I do? And see, I already made the little tiny one. But what do I do with the largest one when they don't have one to go up? Well, my 4-piece rim template will go the next size up for this one. So that's what I will do. I will cut around that and then flip it over. Okay, so for the large one, I'm going to do every other one with texture and every other one plain so that I can do a contrasting color. So I have a 4-piece set. I do that all the time. So I have a 4-piece set and it's 2 textured, 2 plain in contrasting color, every other one, just to give a little added bit of interest. And let me see, my dog was in my wearboards. I have the one that this is a Australian Shepherd. You see a little bit of dog hair in there. It burned right away. All right. So again, what I'm going to do with this one is simply cut around my rim template that goes up a little bit extra. And I want to test something. That's a 10.5. Let me go see if I really need the 12. Okay, I think for the big one, I need to decide, do I want 12 or do I want just the 10.5? That's not going to be a very big fold down, but none of them really, yeah, they really kind of are. So I think I'm going to err on the side of caution, and I'm going to go with the 12. And so I'm going to go right around here, just like normal. Now these push plates are really designed to go with my rim templates. And let me get this off and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So normally what would take place is flip this. Let me make sure it's not stuck. It's not. So normally what would happen is I would take this and drape over this if I wanted it to be a plate, or do a smaller one if I wanted to push it into foam and get a nice organic shape. That's why they're called dual drapes. Push or drape. In this case, I'm going to drape it over because that's how I did the other ones. So I'm going to drape it. No texture, no nothing. Every other one, color, texture, color, texture. So I'm going to flip this over. Drop this down. Great use of the templates, isn't it? Aren't it? I don't teach English for a very good reason. Okay, now I do want to take and push this off where I can grab it, and I do want to set it up on this just so I have the ability to lightly bring this over like I did the other ones. And you can just hit the insets, or the insets, and let these just kind of go, which is what I'm doing on this one. Kind of get this down. Look at that. And look how darn dog hairs. Get that out of there. Yes, it will burn off, but still, I don't like seeing it. There. Okay, so that's all I need to do this way, because I'm not making a plate. I'm actually using this kind of as a nested set. Oh, I just stuck that dog hair right back in there. Get away. There. So I'm going to go set this aside and let it dry. And then I can also use my finger and really kind of get some curve. Needs to be a little wet though. Get some curve in here if I want, which I do like. So now I'm going to go set this aside and let it set up. Okay, now I'm going to take, let's see, which one do I need to do? Okay, so I need the next to the largest size to do the next to the smallest. It's just every other one. And again, this one will not have texture. And I hope I did this every other one. Texture, no texture, texture, no texture. I'm gonna move this over here because I can use that for a whole nother little dish. So let me go around and get this off. And let's see, let me take that off there and there, just so that I can keep this piece of clay. I want to use it for something else. I'm going to set right behind me. This one I can use for a little dish, so I'm going to set it beside me too. And now I can actually put this up on the form itself. Go around the outside edges. Boy, my hand's a mess. Okay. And put this one in the middle. And I'm going to flip it and do it just the same way. Flip. Okay. Now, I'm going to lift this up. And I'm going to take this and bring it down, just like I did, catching the middles, because that takes care of those. I guess I stuck my needle tool right there. I better fix that on both sides. Luckily, this was not the textured one. And then come right down here. Look how perfectly even those are. And what I'll do is, let me fix that where I stuck the needle tool in it. There. What I'll do is I'll take these all, let them dry real quick or set up real quick. And then I'll show you what they're going to look like as a 4-piece set simply using the drapes and one of the rim templates. Okay, what do you think of that? So let me address some of the questions. Obviously, you are all paying very good attention. I'm so excited. So volume, I don't know on the volume because from here, I did hear most of it well. I did mumble a couple times. I will give you that. So on these pre-recordings, I will definitely kind of watch that my volume hits where it needs to. I saw, let's see, Someone else said, hey, that looks thin. Very, very good eye. The small little one was very thin. I'll give you a hint. I didn't roll that clay out. Somebody else did. But I used it because it was rolled out for me and I was being nice. And yes, the little one was thin, but it'll still work. It'll be fine. I should have made that one of the non-textured and gone the other direction because rolling it made it that much thinner. Very good eye. I saw a comment, too much water. As you notice, I did almost everything on this nested set with my needle tool and my sponge. Now, I will tell you that sponge was very wrung out. I mean, you could, if you squeezed it, you wouldn't really get a drop. I really was just using it to push that clay into the curve, and that was really it. So, because it's kind of a minimalist nested set, I was using a minimalist amount of tools. Just showing you can get away with hardly anything. A needle tool and a sponge kind of did it. What other questions or things did I see in the comments? They are called Sweetie Pie. Now, so the forms, those are the Sweetie Pie dual drapes. And then the templates are also called Sweetie Pie. They're the same shape. Do you need to use the Sweetie Pie template with the Sweetie Pie dual drapes to make things? I only used one this time because the biggest one, I didn't have anything to go bigger. But they do match the rim templates, but you can use any shape with the rim template that you like. You don't just have to use those. I also saw, do I hear a parrot? Good ear. You hear two conures. I have a conure named Cricket and a conure named Tootie, and they are on the far side of the house. And Cricket talks a lot. And he actually talks and says his name and all kinds of stuff. But yes, you do. You did hear a conure or two. And let's see, I think anything else before I go into the next video. And so what I'm trying to do is, with this new format, is to remember that I'm not doing the making part live, and to show you in the video the things that I'm using. So if I forget some of that, give me just a little grace because I'm working this out. But I think this direction is wonderful. I love it. 5 parrots. Woo! And I live in the country. My conures can get loud, but my daughter is the only one that lives close to me. 5 parrots would be awesome. Huh? Diane? Oh, very nice. Okay, so with that, I think I've addressed most of the questions. Excuse me. Didn't say hi to Barbara and Sharon. Oh, I want to make sure I threw that in. And I see Melissa is on as well. So let me go ahead, since I'm seeing no other questions or comments. I will go ahead and go into the next video and let you see what happens next.
Okay, so now I've gone and gotten this. You can see it's kind of stiff.
You know what? That is not your next video. That's the next video for the next one. So we're going to move into the next video this time.
Okay, so let's recap. What did we make today? We used our dual drape set of forms with one rim template. And let's hit this overhead. Let's move this keyboard. Let's put you back center. And this is what we did. I'm going to unveil it now. So we have the top and we have a form. This one is solid. These are very wet and wiggly, so I'm going to be really careful. Another form, another texture. That one's more dry. Another form, and another solid. And put together, these do this and this. Remember, I used the 12 on this, so I can bring this up even. And this. Look at that. Oh gosh. That's with that's with the dual drapes and using each of them as its own shape. I did a texture, a solid, a texture, a solid, and next week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on if these dry in biscuit time, we will glaze these and see what an amazing set this is. So let's head on back.
Okay, so, oops, I stuck a wrong video in there. So if you're in, excuse me, the Slab to Fab, you'll see that video in a little bit. So on that, when I took those out, and I will tell you, I took them out on my front patio and set them in the sun, upside down, setting on something so that they could hang and get a good stiffness to them. And once I took them apart to show you what that set looked like, I will tell you, they were still a little bit wobbly, so I did stick the forms back in. And because those forms, and I guess I probably should have brought one with me, but because those forms are so rounded on that top edge, I was able to put them back in there without worrying about getting a line. And did you notice how where the edge came up inside the dish, how that was such a beautiful soft curve in there? That's what we've been working hard for on our dual drapes to achieve, is that soft curve. We've had people asking for that since we started doing this, and we have finally gotten the correct measurements, bits, and everything, and we now have that beautiful soft curve, and I love it. So let me see, somebody's asking, so just the dual drapes except for that largest one? Yep, that's all I used. I used the dual drapes, a needle tool, a sponge, and that one larger template. Now I could have gone with the 10.5-inch template, but I did move up to the 12. But that kind of cups it in, gives it that really floral look. But you know, when you take and you press, they come up and they really wiggle organically, which is a very pretty look as well. But this way gave it a whole new look, and I can't wait to get these glazed. So I like the proportion of the 12-inch. Yeah, I did too. Now, let me hit on that for a second, Mary Jane. So if you like the proportion of the 12-inch, if you had the 4-piece set of rim templates, and then of course that 4-piece dual drape, you would have that proportion for each. So if you use the smallest dual with the smallest rim, second and second, third and third, fourth and fourth, you would have that proportion all the way through, which would give you a whole different look by putting them over the top. you could take those same dual drapes with those same 4 rim templates and press, and that's going to give you a different look as well. But tonight I was kind of talking minimalist, so I did everything minimalist, and was really excited. So can you confirm which dual drape and which rim template it is? My video cut out and I missed it. Yes, Rachel, it is. The dual drapes are the Sweetie Pie dual drape, and the rim templates are also the Sweetie Pie. And you lost me there. Okay, please clarify that so I can clear that up, because I'm not sure what I lost. Maybe it was when I was talking about the forms, the rim templates and the drapes. I was really just saying both come in a 4-piece set, and you can take the smallest of each and make one, the second smallest of each, the third, and then the biggest of each, and make a nested set with those as well. Do you have any stencils that match up with that shape? Jen, I don't get anything by you. When I bring out something like this, typically what comes after that is something else that can go with it. So yes, there will be. When I was explaining the different methods. Oh, okay, so what you saw in this video was I draped the clay over the top of the form. The other method would be to cut out that shape of the clay, lay it on a piece of foam, and take, here, I got it. I talk with my hands, so I really need something. So let's say this was the piece of clay, and I cut it out to the shape of that rim template. And let's pretend this is the form. I can press that in, and the bowl will come up around it and give me a very organic shape. So you can either put the clay over the form or put the clay and press the form in. Those are the 2 methods. That would be drape and push. Did that help? I hope. And, oh, okay, good. And I do have videos here also that show doing the push. It does give a different look. And all of the replays are here, and you should be able to find them. I'm going back and labeling each replay now with kind of what was in it. So I hope to have all of that done. Let's see. So I would just need to order the 4-piece Sweetie Pie rim templates, 4-piece Sweetie Pie dual drape, and not have to worry about not getting. Yes, that's true, Brenda, because the dual drapes are sized to fit the rim templates perfectly. You don't have to have those rim templates really to do what we did tonight, except maybe the big one. But they do go well together, and you could do a bunch of different things with both sets. Let's see, what else? This is my first time joining from Tasmania. Excuse me. There is no ignorance here. We are all in this together. We're better together.
Her name is Diane. Did she come up as Facebook user?
I have Facebook user.
Her name is Diane. I can't say her last name.
Okay. Well, Diane from Tasmania, any and every question is okay here. We are happy to help. Is that new? Is that a new texture pin that hasn't been listed? As it definitely isn't the winter butterfly. It is not the winter butterfly. It is the spring butterfly. It is not listed. I am testing on it now. That was a test, and I wasn't even thinking about that when I did this video today. But I'm getting ready to do a butterfly workshop, so I'm doing all kinds of butterfly things. But that pen, it rolled great. It looked great. I can go ahead and add that up to the website if anybody wants it. I just didn't, because I just did a pen sale, so I didn't just want to put out a bunch of new pens right now. But if you want one, then I can go ahead and stick that up there. I wasn't thinking when I used that today because I was in test mode, and so we tested it. And Deb, you are exactly correct. There are no wrong questions. This is all about learning. There are times between this group and my Slab to Fab group. There was one night in my Slab to Fab group that I did a total experiment with something I hadn't even done before, and it could have bombed. It happened to work, but hey, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid to bomb things because that's how you learn, and you never know. You never know what excitement might come out of experimenting. So I give you a skeleton. I give you an idea. And I love seeing all the ways you expand on them and the different directions you take it. That is what I'm all about, is watching what y'all do with this stuff. It's great. I love it. I thought this was going to go longer because I had a wrong video, and when I timed it all, I'm like, oh, okay, that's perfect. Well, it wasn't, because that video goes to the other one. But that's okay. Anything? Yes, mistakes are learning opportunities. So that is the perfect saying. Next week, let's see, if these dry quickly, where I can bisque them, which I might be able to do. If I get them bisqued, next week we will glaze those and the pieces we did the week before, which was with the flamingos in the front yard, the deep dish, and I did a little press dish. I don't remember if I did that on the air, but we will glaze those next week. So we'll have several to glaze and try some just different fun stuff with glazing. If they're not bisqued by then, we'll have to come up with something else. Anybody have anything in particular they would like to see? If you're asking about the other group that I'm referencing, that is my Slab to Fab Founders group. That is a paid group, and I opened that up about 2 months ago for a very short period of time because I wanted that group to stay small, because that group is, we could call it a test group to classes that I'm offering and how to projects to create with the products that I create. And once we get everything all lined out and things like this new format and things like that, once everything gets all situated and I feel there's enough content and things like that, then we'll open it maybe again. But the founders will always be the founders. So that's what that other group is. And let's see, do I let them dry together? So I pulled them off the forms really quickly so that I could show you them in the video. And then I put the forms back in, and they're all hanging on the top of the form. When I get back home, I will pull them off the form. I will set them inside of each other, and then I will go set them on the shelf. If I don't think they're drying fast enough, then I'll separate them. But it doesn't hurt either way for them to dry. I like setting them inside of each other so that I can kind of see how they all fit in there. And if like one of them happens to have sides kind of droop, I can kind of, push them up a little bit until they get too stiff. I don't know why that did that. Okay, let's see. Anybody have anything in specific they would like to see on one of the lives? Seeing deep dishes. We just did a nested set. I have flowers. Do you cover them up while they're drying? I do sometimes. It depends on the temperature in my house. I have big wire racks, and then I have wood on some of them, and I have drywall on some of them. And I usually set them flat on that. If it's a large piece, I definitely cover that up because I want it to dry slowly and I don't want it to warp. But these are not real big, and they have such a wide bottom from that form that I haven't had a warping issue. So I'm not going to cover these because I'm testing that. So I will let you know. Okay, so let's see. I bought the birdie looking set. Demo off that. Patricia is the one that bought the birdie set? Yes. Hey, Patricia, so you bought the birdie looking set, and a demo of that would be cool. We just did a demo of that 2 or 3 lives ago. So if you go to announcements and scroll through, there is a demo of that in there, which is exactly what you're probably looking for. Melissa Bell, I would love to see the rounded rectangle deep dish forms used. You're trying to decide whether or not you can live without them. Well, you can't live without them, but yes, we will. We will definitely do that. And I have some new design rims for those as well that you might like. So we will do that. Let's see, what push plate or drape would you use with puppy paws for a dog dish? Well, you can really use any of them. Let's see. Push plate or drape. I would use, depends on, I mean, you know, you can think out of the box. It could even be square. You can make a square dish, but we have the rolling rounds, which are round, and you can certainly use that with the puppy paws. Now, the one thing about, let's see, if you're talking just the puppy paws, yeah, it does have a round top on it, not the sunflowers. So I would use a round one or even an octagon. The octagon would just give it a little extra interest. But if you're using it for the puppy dish, easiest to clean would be the rolling rounds. The rolling rounds. Love to see you mix and match forms and shapes. A round form with a square rim template. Yes, okay, we can definitely do that because they do mix and match. I don't hardly ever use the round shapes. I usually use octagon instead, just because it gives that little extra interest. Deep dish octagon demo, how to keep the texture when shaping. Okay, so Mary Jane, we just did a deep dish demo in this group because that's one of the pots that I was talking about will glaze. That was just a few lives ago as well, and it talks about and shows you how to keep the texture. And I use my sponge a lot just to very, very lightly damp. I mean, you can't even wring it out, but that is in this group under announcements. And like I said, I need to go back and label each one of what they are, and I'm working on that, so I'll try to get right back to that. What's the difference between a rim template and the lip templates? Great question. Okay, so a rim template is a shape, a fancy shape. So let's say if I had this square, and maybe the rim template would just do all kinds of fancy stuff around here. Whereas a lip template is the exact shape of the form, and it's only about a 1/4 inch around it with the exact same shape. So it just gives you the dish with just a slight little rim of the exact same shape. Rim templates are all kinds of different shapes. did that help, Brenda? And Mary Jane, I'm going to try to label those as well for everybody. But we just did it, let's see, 3 or 4 maybe lives ago. But I will label it deep dish. May not have been Octagon, but deep dish, how you create the pot with the deep dish is the same no matter what shape it is. And I don't remember which shape that one was. Oh, good. Okay, that helped. And let's see, any other questions? We have a few more minutes and then we will call it a day. Be sure and email, let me see who is stuck. If you have questions or if you have things you'd also like to see, be sure and email me, info@SharonHoppeDesigns.com. I am trying, okay, so there's the two of us and we work a lot. But what we're trying to do is kind of create hours, meaning that I stay off of this thing and during the day while I'm working, and then I answer like emails and things like that in the evening. I still answer them during the day, but I'll try it. So send me an email and I will get you an answer. Do you do this live in the same time each week so I can set an alarm? Okay, so Diane, great question. So we had been doing this on Tuesday evenings. Tuesday is going to be a little harder here because the employees are going to be staying and they work on loud equipment. So we're testing a couple other days. Once we come with a day, like next week, I may test for Thursday, but I will let you know. But it'll probably be Thursday or Friday. And if you want to, if the live is freezing, Peggy, it might be your internet. We are at the highest speed internet we can get here and I haven't seen an issue. You may need to go out and come back in. But my guess is our lives will be Thursdays or Fridays, closer to the end of the week. So right now, if you would like to place a vote, Thursday, Friday, what would work best for you? You can go ahead and do this. Oh, it's Saturday morning for you. Perfect. So yeah, you're welcome to throw in a vote. The more people I know, the more, or whether Thursday or Friday would work, the more I can try to go that direction. So, you know, throw in here what you like. What's the difference between dual drape deep and minimalist deep drape? Good question, Kathy. There's not. It's my verbiage. So the dual drape deep and the minimalist deep drapes, they're really the same. I mean, it's the same form, but those dual drape deep dishes give you that minimalist look. So I call them my minimalist forms. I need to pick a name and leave it that is what I really need to do. But it just, those deep drape forms give you can create that minimalist, which is so popular right now. Everywhere you go, you see those minimalist plates, and it doesn't matter what shape. They can be in all kinds of shapes, but it's got that curve and then those straight up sides. These deep drapes will give you that, and they will be out soon. I have been testing the heck out of those, and those of you in my Slab to Fab group, you're going to be excited tonight. So, hey, it is 6:54. Hey, Diane, better late than never, always, and the replay is here for you, Vicki, also. So I will go back through these comments and kind of take a tally of Thursday, Friday, and try to work accordingly. But once we actually get a solid which day it's going to be, then it's going to stay that, unless, you know, every now and then something comes up. I just want to let you know that we are looking at closing, not closing. We are looking at we we are looking at taking a timeout. Is that what I want to say? Time out, time off, whatever. We're gonna take a week or two. We have been going hard since we started this website a year ago with no break. In September, the third week of September, I'm in Texas. The third week of September, I will be in North Carolina for my mother's 80th birthday. That week, there will be no live, but I will post out there. In the meantime, today's drape was just a dual drape, Rachel, not the deep drapes. I haven't brought those out yet. But we're looking at taking a couple weeks where we are taking a break. The website will stay up. Orders are going to be coming in, but we aren't going to be like visible. We are going to be cleaning up orders, cleaning up the website, just doing some housekeeping because we've had this website for a year now, and it needs a little cleanup because everything's been go. So we're going to take a little time and get it all cleaned back up, reorganized with a fresh start for the fresh year of the website. We will post and let you know when that is. Dual Drape Forms, you can't find the Dual Drape Forms on the website. When you click on shop, I think it's a page of its own. It says Dual Drapes. Yeah, we need a break. So that's about all that I have tonight. I'm going to call it an evening. I'll go back through your comments, try to pick which night we're going to go. We're going to try a Thursday as well and just see where how many people we get on each. And we will go from there. So thank you all for coming. And remember, everybody that that comes in after this and watches the replay, welcome. Howdy to you guys as well. And any of my Slab to Fab members that are here, I will see you in the next group in about 3 minutes. Good night, everybody.